Sharp-eyed fans of hit Netflix drama Adolescence have spotted a huge on-screen error, but did you notice it? The record-breaking show follows the Miller family, whose world is turned upside down when their 13-year-old son Jamie is arrested on suspicion of murdering his female classmate. It was released on the streaming giant earlier this month and is already the most-watched TV series of the year, attracting a whopping 66 million views in its first 2 weeks alone. This makes it the most successful limited series released in that time frame ever. And the show, starring and co-written by legendary actor Stephen Graham, has even been tipped for BAFTA glory, with nominations for the 11th of May awards ceremony being announced tomorrow. Each of the 4 episodes is impressively filmed in one continuous shot, so the cast and crew would be hard-pressed not to make a single mistake. Pointing one out, social media user @It'sJustJoy asked her followers on TikTok, "Did you spot this cameraman in #Adolescence?" Detailing the blink and you'll miss it moment, she said, "You can see a camera operator in episode 2. So when Ashley Walters leaves the car they had a team coming up behind Matthew the cinematographer, who clipped the camera to a drone. They then flew that drone over the town and in the meantime Matthew the cinematographer legged it into a van, drove to the end scene where we see Stephen Graham. He catches the drone with 2 other people, disconnects it and starts walking towards Stephen's face. Are you insane? He had to literally be a split second accurate, if not the whole thing wouldn't have worked." The TikTok user continued, "So if you watch it again, you can see his car drive into the car park and you think, oh, it's just a car. Then you see the door open and of course, the drone is going faster when we saw the door open. But we see enough of the door, and that's actually Matthew's van getting ready to get that camera, unclip it and then zoom into Stephen's face. Now we don't necessarily see him, but we see him. What do you guys think of this?" Taking to the comments underneath, one fan said they thought a cameraman had also been spotted in another episode. They wrote, "Episode 4, Stephen Graham takes plant out of van to let cameraman out. The wife opens the car door and you see cameraman in wing mirror." But another fan claimed they were mistaken and replied, "You don't. I saw that so freeze framed it and it's actually the wife, so I was highly impressed that they didn't capture the cameraman." "Recheck it," a third fan asked. "The camera once went through a window, how did they do that?" Explaining how the camera trickery worked, a fourth answered, "They took the window out and had a cameraman each side of the window frame and the camera was passed between them with the window edited back in afterwards." Netflix have revealed the camera crew had to dress as extras so they would blend in with filming. A statement said, "During rehearsals the cast would also work through the choreography, allowing the doc to plan the positions of the camera through the whole take, as well as the movements of the crew." Sometimes it was necessary for some of the crew to remain in shot. In these instances they were dressed in costume so that they could blend into the show to serve as extras in the shot.